Da 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 da. Hello and welcome back to Japan Game Junk. Today, still hooked up with the Mark III, so perhaps one of the most famous Mark III games and one that has a bit of a history behind it, as even today this series is going, well, not going strongly, but it's still played by a few people perhaps in the free-to-play MMO scene. Today is the first entry in the series of... You know just by the picture? Phantasy Star. When this originally came out in Japan, there was no way to know the spelling. Looking at the cartridge, as it says Phantasy Star in Japanese phonetic katakana. So, here, it's a mystery. Is it F? Is it PH? But actually it is, in fact, PH. Phantasy Star with a good pH, like you would have your pool with a good pH balance, or you would take a supplement for your intestines to have good acidity pH balance. PH, Phantasy Star. So, I did play this about a year ago, just to make sure it worked, and yeah, the fact that I didn't keep playing it tells me that perhaps it's not so quick pick up and play enjoyable, but as it is historical, let's give it a peek. For those who need to know, that is not focusing, but it is game coded G1341. For some reason I noticed that's on the label on Master System games. In. That was a nice in. And on. Not the best sign. Could it be time for blowies? Yes. Hard to remove the cartridge. Oh my goodness, it's so hard to remove a cartridge from these Sega systems. Why no reset? Not reset. Why no eject button, you old mome? Ah. Time for blowies. I know it's not good for games, but it's probably the moisture in your breath to help with the connection more than anything. In. Nice in and on. Well, let's give it one more chance. Oh. That was something. Let's try again. Let's try what if I hold down the cartridge in a weird way. Nope. Alright, one more time. Let's pull it out. Blowies. So, if you're ever walking on the street and a woman in skimpy clothing asks if you want a blowy, you know it's something like that. Well, I don't know what to say. It worked a couple... no, not even 2 years ago. It worked about a year ago. I don't know. Okay, so now you'll see what is available in every Japanese game shop as I prepare the magical, wonderful, incredible, amazing retro game restoration fluid. This is for sale in many used game shops in Japan, otherwise online, and it does tend to work very well. It's been successful about 80% of the time. So, it comes with a little brush here, and we're going to brush the contacts of the cartridge with this liquid. Brush, brush, brush. Brush, brush, brush. Brush, 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 brush. Now, blowies. Let's try again. In, on. One more chance. One more application. Oh dear, yeah. These little bottles of correctional fluid, you can find them as cheap as maybe 800 yen, and they last a long time. It's definitely worth getting if you ever have the chance. As this cartridge of Phantasy Star was picked up very cheaply as just a loose cartridge, and the box, which has a manual and all sorts of nice stuff, is not too expensive, even though I prefer the junk versions. Maybe this is incentive to purchase the nice, full, complete, big box version. Alright, oh, forgot to blow. And please work. I don't want to buy another copy. Nice in. Well, that's very sad. Sometimes when you get junk, it turns out to be junk, and I can assure you that this did in fact work before, and I'm nearing tears, as this did not work. But yeah, that's the risk you take when you get games like this. Sometimes, well, it just doesn't work. So on that note, on that sad note, on that life-endingly tragic note, I bid you adieu. Da 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 da.